60 Minutes Overtime.
What we create has to be reliable for decades, hundreds of years. You buy a mechanical timepiece, your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren will be able to enjoy it. There is a responsibility, but at the same time, as a creator, don't take yourself too seriously.
Our story for 60 Minutes this week is about handcrafted Swiss mechanical watches. Max Büsser is like a mad scientist who has diverted his creativity to watchmaking. His watches look like pieces of art that just so happen to coincidentally also tell time.
So this house was created in 1907. It's actually a house where people lived. So we're going into the workshops now.
If I told you there's a likably eccentric Swiss engineer who makes crazy watches you won't find anywhere else, where does he work? The Madhouse is exactly what you're picturing. One thing that struck me at the Madhouse was the combination of these centuries-old techniques and some of these tools that were around in the 16 and 1700s, but also there was this high-tech component as well. And Max will come up with an idea in his head. He'll have this high-tech software to sort of translate what he sees in his head into an actual model that someone can begin to build off of.
So Thomas here has worked over 3,000 hours over 4 years to develop this incredible machine.
3,000 hours.
3,000 hours.
This starts with you saying, I've got a cool idea.
I've got a cool idea, creating a design, 3D print, and from there, transforming that into a real mechanical identity.
The level of detail cannot be exaggerated. I mean, everybody's wearing the loop, the magnifier, these component parts. Some of them are the size of poppy seeds.
12 to 14, 18 months of crafting all these different components. They arrive here. You've got on that particular piece, there are over 600 components. It will take about 3 weeks for the watchmaker to assemble. And at some point, when everything is assembled, he, Clément in this case, is going to wind it up. Right. Can wind it up, and the heart is gonna start beating.
All right.
And that's like a birth. Imagine a birth of after 18 months.
The heartbeat is going.
Yeah.
The motor started.
From concept to manufacturing, it can take 7 years for a watch to go from Max's mind to someone else's wrist. It's funny because we're talking about watches, but there's no sense of urgency, there's no sense of deadlines. However long it takes to do it right, that's how long it's going to take.
So I'm going to invite you, take the loop and get closer. So you get.
Max is an engineer by training, but watches is his thing. And I was struck by how little he follows conventional business practices and business routines. Somewhere there's a McKinsey consultant that's screaming when they hear how Max runs his shop. And it's not really about increasing efficiency and increasing output and where supply meets demand. This is not run like someone with an MBA, it's run like someone with an MFA.
Horological machine number one, the very first piece I created.
He calls his watches often horological machines. The fact that he avoids the word watches is a glimpse into how he conceives of what he does. These are not pragmatic, practical devices. This is not your grandpa's stopwatch.
So here we have HM11, the architect. So this comes from my much more recent passions, which is postmodernist architecture of the 60s. And we have a house, and from the heart goes 4 rooms. In one room, the hours and minutes. The other room, the power reserve indicator, which gives you how many hours the watch is still wound up for. On the third room, because it's a house, we had to find somebody who still can craft mechanical thermometers. And on the fourth room is actually the crown, which you can see through. And just by doing this, I have given 25 hours of power reserve to the watch, because by turning the case, you're winding it up.
How long did this take from, hey, I've got a cool idea, we're going to replicate a house with rooms, to people wearing this on their wrist?
That was 5 years. The movement is incredibly complex. The case is insane. There are 92 components just for the case.
The balance wheel is like the beating heart of a watch, sort of the fulcrum of the watch. Max says he's obsessed by balance wheels.
I'm basically a balance wheel fetishist. I love balance wheels. It's the heart. It's so beautiful. But it's inside the movement and at the back, and you don't see it. So the idea was, why don't we showcase this beautiful piece and make it gigantic? So this is legacy machine number 1. 2011, we launch the very first in the series of what we call the flying balance wheel. And you just look at it. You wear this on your wrist. It's just so mesmerizing.
And you literally see the heartbeat.
It's the heartbeat.
The watches are not cheap. Some of these go for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Max really resists and resents the idea that people are buying this as a commodity that they can resell at a profit. And the prices are high. He's very quick to admit that. But he wants you to connect with it like you would a piece of art on the wall.